you out. I just happened to be in a pay-per-view that's been advertised for 6 weeks on the East Coast. So bottom line is he was supposed to be last night as I shoot this interview. He was supposed to be at Judgment Day for the Intercontinental title, and he just didn't show up. But to tell you the truth, I wouldn't waste my time, man.
Talk about Honky Tonk Man here with the internet.
Thank you, sir.
What do wrestlers like yourself, the old school that were, great performers before the internet even existed in terms of wrestling, what do you think about the internet fan?
I think I have some very strong opinions on it. The one thing that I would want to make clear is if out of 100% of internet fans, I don't know what percentage, if I'm talking 4%, 10% of the geeks, so I don't want to just be knocking the internet because there's a lot of valuable information. But what the internet has done, and I'll give you one, I'm not good at the internet, but this Wrestling Observer guy,
Meltzer.
What's his name? Meltzer, Dave Meltzer. So, Dave Meltzer, I don't know what his problem is. I couldn't pick the guy out of one. Never met him, never seen him, never had anything to do with him. The internet has bred cowards. Because you can say anything you want. You can say, you're 13 years old, no, I'm 18, show me the porno. You can say, I'm gonna kick your ass, where do you live? Norwegia, or, Russia, Greenland, anybody can have an opinion. One thing with the written word on the page is, as human beings, we tend to take that as more truthful when it's just some geek on some keys, that's got insomnia, or, that's impotent in Honky Tonk Man's case. And I really believe that with a honker, I have my children, I have my family, and they're all I live for. My name's Roderick George Toombs, born April 17, 1954. Your name's Wayne Ferris, like a ferret, like something goes underground and hides, kind of a coward kind of thing. And you can't play the guitar. I can. So all of a sudden, sometimes that helps. I'll wait for you. Yeah, okay, so all of a sudden, we've got this Honky Tonk Man, and this internet, and this Meltzer guy, who everybody believes is this great guru. And about 5 years ago, there was a show out of Toronto called Live Audio Wrestling. And somebody just brought it to my attention that Meltzer had said, nobody gives a damn what Scott Hall and Roddy Piper are doing anymore. That was 5 years ago. When I did They Live, Meltzer, who gives absolutely, now I must make a distinction here. I must, from the person on the internet that is just one person communicating, whatever that may be, to somebody who's doing it economically and commercially. So, in my opinion, I got a guy I've never seen before, it's Dave Meltzer, that keeps writing things like when I got They Live, he said that I got a multi-million-dollar contract with Universal. Bullshit, heavy bullshit. I had a backlot brawl with Dustin Rhodes, lost his knuckle on his head, tough kid. And then he got in this Cadillac, Dustin, and I had a baseball bat, my normal odds. And Dustin was going to drive that Cadillac, it was on the Disney lot, and he needed to turn the corner, and he wanted to get out of that corner as fast as he could. And, obviously I knew he was coming at me, I was going to get out of the way. And I don't know, I saw the car coming, and a picture flashed that happened earlier that day of Vince McMahon Jr. holding my son Colt's hand, just keeping him safe, that's all. And it flashed at me. I have to ask Sigmund Freud on this one. I just looked at the car and I just said, fuck it. My only problem was I was afraid this hip had been replaced, I'm not sure, a year before maybe I'll say. The only thing I was afraid of is I thought I was going to go under the Cadillac. So I thought, nah, as soon as it comes, I'll hit it hard, and at least I'll get up on it. So bottom line, boom, boom, Meltzer, bim, bim. I'm 99.9% sure it was a stuntman. You're 99.9% wrong again. And if you look at the piece of work, there's no cut. It's one shot. You can't do that, you fucking moron. So, after a while, I just never gave, because of what I was doing and the internet being foreign to me, not only from my own lack of knowledge of it, but I didn't care what was going on. Until I started doing this Piper Vision thing, which was a television network, and so the last one was, somebody, I guess I was talking to the WWE, and believe it or not, somebody out of England, and you guys put the words to it, some kind of way of doing an email out of Norway that made it look like it came out of Camp Piper, that, and I haven't seen the pieces, was something like, I told you all that. I wouldn't say that to people, but bottom line is, it got posted everywhere. And this Dave Meltzer guy just said, here it is, Piper doing it. Had nothing to do with it. I didn't even know, I still haven't seen it to this day. So you know what I did? I'm suing you. Boom, and all of a sudden everybody in the internet world, well, you can't sit on the internet and see that. Oh, why not? Why not? Because you're a piece of lying shit and you're a coward and you don't have the balls to come to my fucking face? Is that why? So you can write and hide and mask and make other people's emails and create and deceive, and you know what? Your social skills are right down the toilet like the turd you are. I'm sure that there are some really good people on there. I'm sure that it's a wealth of information if you need to know something. But I am also sure of this. There was a time, the WCW, when it was struggling along, that this Meltzer guy had put his twist enough on things where the booking committee was actually reading, and he's convinced himself. He's cost people their jobs. Now, I've had a couple of good friends of mine die recently. One of them was Kurt Hennig. When Kurt Hennig died, one guy that was working for me at that time was Penzer. Dave Penzer. Meltzer phones Penzer to get the scoop, and boom, I'm not saying that Meltzer, I don't know if Meltzer, when he got the scoop, my point is, before the family was told, they read it on the internet that their dad was dead. Then Honky Tonk Man goes, a couple weeks later, just give me a break here in time, something alludes to the effect that there may have been some kind of drug or whatever. I mean, who the fuck do you think you are, man? When I was in San Francisco on my book tour, I had Dave Meltzer call personally, as a gentleman. I said, I had a Billy Ray Cyrus's tour bus. I says, come on down, be my guest. And in my opinion, you fucking coward. You're too afraid to come down because you're full of bullshit. And now I've called you on it, and you were just so sure that I had done this, something that below what I try to keep as a professionalism, and about this piece that was out on the internet that is actually costing people their jobs and turmoil, and then to find out I didn't do it. So a lawyer writes him and says, pending litigation, and to the second as I speak to you, the certified letter, we are in the time of tracing the letter to see where it has gone. He was sent an email and blew up, I was told, by David Penzer. And now, from what I'm hearing from my lawyer, somehow this letter hasn't, certified letter that I'm not positive on. I don't know if it's got to. Bottom line is, you fucked up, and you ain't got enough balls to stand up and say, I'm sorry. That's all it is. I've messed up 10 times more, Meltzer, than you will ever mess up. I never seen you. And I hope you have the happiest life in the world. But you fuck with me again, and you will meet me. And I'll give you an ice cream cone. But when you have people that are starting to get so involved in the sport of wrestling that you are causing not only economic harm to a man's family, but a man dies, and you just, basically National Enquirer it out, a bunch of dirt sheets before the wife of the dead man is told, I don't think you can give them much lower than that. And I think those scumbags don't have much longer left, because I know the people in my industry and the new generations of guys are coming up. They play this stuff, but they're getting tired of this internet bashing too, because if they have a bad match, all the time. I've never seen Meltzer in the ring one time. I never seen him stand up for a union. I've never seen this guy. I never seen him do anything other than reap economic gains from as much shit as he could stir up. You're a piece of garbage, in my opinion.